Hello, welcome today. Let's understand about this genetics. And on the genetics, what we are supposed to discuss is first, let's know about the sex-linked genes. Today, let's discuss about what? Sex-linked genes. Which are these sex-linked genes? Those are genes which are linked to the X chromosomes. They are linked to where? Either X chromosome or the Y chromosome. So we are speaking about what? They can either be linked to X chromosome or they can be linked to Y chromosomes. So we have those which are linked to X chromosomes. Those linked to where? X chromosomes. An example, we have haemophilia. Haemophilia, that is number one. Number two, color blindness. Color blindness. Those are the two most common. When we speak about haemophilia, these are bleeders disease. It's just a what? Bleeders disease. When we speak about the bleeders disease, what do we mean? In case you have a scratch or just a small cut, what happens? Your blood will continue to ooze. It will not stop. From what? A normal person, when especially a small cut, that is just like a scratch, what happens? The blood stops bleeding because of the clotting process. But now the hemophilia, we are saying that person will have continuous blood oozing from the body. We have color blindness. Color blindness is a disorder, and this kind of a disorder is where a person fails to distinguish colors. And which are these colors which are distinguished? Fail to distinguish the common colors, that is the red color. We're speaking about what? This red color, and we have the green color. The green color is what people confuse to understand. So that green and green color, they're just automatic colors that each and every person should understand. Then we have now those which are linked to Y chromosome. We're speaking what? Y chromosomes. Which are these are linked to the Y chromosomes? We have premature baldness. Premature baldness. What's the meaning of premature baldness? We have baldness. All know about baldness. A bald-headed person is whereby this hair starts to do what? Which term can I use? When you lose your hair at an early age, that is premature baldness. But during the old age, when you check these professors, old people, they don't have hair in their brain, in their head. The main reason is because of what? They have lost their hair. And we are saying that is a normal baldness of age, but prematurely. You see a boy, a small boy, maybe in standard 8 at an age of 15, 17, that person has already lost hair. That is about premature baldness. We have hairy pinna. I'm saying we have what? Hairy pinna. When you speak about the hairy pinna, this is the pinna. Eh? The hairy pinna is, you can see some hair out of the ear. For some people, those can only happen in the male individual. It can never happen to the female. So we are speaking about what? The hairy pinna is only linked to the Y. So it means it only affects the male. Even these are on premature baldness. And we have a porcupine man. We are speaking about, we have what? Porcupine. Porcupine man. When you speak about porcupine man, this is where, this is a person where you check about the skin, maybe the sole of the foot. You check a lot of cracks and the skin being rough. The main reason for this person is because we're speaking about it's a genetic disorder, and this disorder is about, it makes that skin of the person, instead of being soft, it becomes to be what? Rough. That is about the sex-linked genes. Let's do some genetic process using these ones. We do the genetic codes. Let's do for the haemophilia. Let me use from this haemophilia. We're saying we're using haemophilia. On the haemophilia, Let me give you maybe a question. Before that, I give you the question. In haemophilia, in the male, let's say the male, and we have here the female. On the male, you can either be normal, that is X, Y, then we are speaking about what? If it's about normal, that H represents the dominant. So it's showing that you are normal. That is a normal what? A normal male. We are speaking about the male. If it's about XH capital, it's linked to the X. Y is not linked. Then you have XH small, Y. So this means it's what? This means this person is haemophilic. Haemophilic. So we're saying the male has only what? 50% chance. 50% chance of being normal and 50% chance of being haemophilic. 50% chance of what? Being haemophilic. We are saying H, small h, then Y. Then this other one is small, it's H, then capital H, then Y. X, H capital. That is for normal male. Then on the female section now, we are speaking about the female. The female will have how many chances? You can either be normal, a normal female. This normal female should be X, H capital, X, H capital. Then for carrier, we have a carrier female. This carrier female should be X, H capital, X, H small. Then we have now haemophilic female. So this haemophilic female is X, H small, X, H small. So those are the things that you will use when you are doing your genetic cross. Let me just give you a good example, or one example. This one example is, you are given a normal male being married to a normal female. You are saying what? Normal male. Let me change this question so that it becomes a bit technical. Let's say you're using an haemophilic male, and we have they're getting married, and the female is normal, but they got an haemophilic child. Use a genetic cross to show you're working. I'm saying you'll be doing what? You are using a male. This is our male sign, and our male is so that is our parental phenotype. Parental phenotype. I've said our male is what? Haemophilic. So we are speaking about haemophilic male getting married to a normal female. This is our female sign, but we are saying haemophilic. And understand the question. I've said the question at the end. They caught a child who was haemophilic. So it's a good indicator that our female was a carrier. When you cross a normal female with this haemophilic male, you will not get a child who is haemophilic. You can only use a carrier for you to get what? So we are speaking about these persons. These two persons, the carrier and this other person, they're just normal. But this one has the trait to transmit what? Haemophilia. So we are speaking about our female should be normal female, but this normal female should be a carrier. Hope you understand what we are speaking about. So then now you have the parental genotype. On our parental genotype, this one will be X, X small, Y, your genetic cross. Then here you have what? X, H capital, X, H small. Those are your genotypes. You have your gametes. That will be XH. Then you circle well. Then after that you have what? Y, which will not be linked to anything. Then you have X, H capital, then X, H small. Then you do your fusion lines. Your fusion lines. Those are your fusion lines. this is what we get. This one is fusion. F1 genotype. And you will get what? X. It will be now XH capital. You cannot start with a small, so it will be XH capital, XH small. Then this other one will be XH small, XH small, XH small, XH small. Then this other one will be XH capital Y, then XH small Y. So what do we learn from this point? We are saying about our F1 genotype will be XH, these are your offspring, XH small, XH small, XH small, XH capital Y, XH small Y. So this is your marking, the first mark, the second, the third, and the fourth. So these are your F1 genotypes. So it's a good, giving you good indicator that what? The indication for this one is about what? You can check in terms of the ratio. We are saying this person got a child who was what? Haemophilic. So the haemophilic child, you can see one of our daughter is haemophilic and one of our son is haemophilic. Then we have again a percentage of our daughter being normal and our daughter being, and our son being what? Normal. So in terms of the ratios, so F1, we have the phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic what? Ratio. So on the phenotypic ratio, it will be 2 normal offspring, or you can speak about either in terms of daughters. So it will be 1 normal daughter is to 1 haemophilic daughter is to 1 normal son is to 1 haemophilic. But in terms of just the children, it will be 2 normal children, 2 haemophilic children. And I've said again, you can do what? You can say just what? 1 normal, 1 normal, 1 normal, 1 normal. 1 normal, daughter, 1 haemophilic daughter, 1 normal son, 1 haemophilic son, 1 haemophilic, this is 1 haemophilic son, 1 normal son. That is about, so it means in terms of the percentage, it's just about what? When you ask about son, haemophilic son, the haemophilic son will be how many percent? You can check, it's only this one. That's the haemophilic. So it means it's a quarter by 100, which gives you what? 25%. So it means we have only 25% chance of getting an haemophilic son. The same way to our daughter. Because our daughter still is what? A quarter by 100, which is equal to what? Each and every of here will just be at 25%. So this parent have 25% chance of getting what? A haemophilic daughter or a haemophilic son. But in terms of their children, of getting a child, they have 50% chance of getting a normal son, and they have 25% chance of getting what? A normal what? Daughter. But in terms of their children now, they have 50% chance of getting a normal child and 50% chance of getting an haemophilic child. Thank you very much.